A few weeks ago I drove all the way to Redditch to a VW specialist to try and get my Kufatec Cruise Control coded. Only when I got here and when he got VCDS out did I realise the guy didn't have the equipment to do it, even though he said he did. So I'd wasted a lot of time, a lot of fuel going. I tried to book it in previously to listers because I know they can do it, but they never bothered to call me back. I was reluctant to order one of these. I know they work for the Sprinters, but I don't know whether they work for the Crafter. And they're also more expensive than paying a main dealer to do it, which is just bloody stupid. But after wasting too much fuel trying to get it done, this is probably the best cost-effective way of doing it. So, about to plug it in and see what happens. I bought it from Tuning Fanatics, and it came with a stupid sticker over the OBD connector, which you can't get off, and just damned annoying, these stickers. So, let's go and turn the old ignition on. Got the instructions on my iPad. Contact. Oh, fan's on. Turn it off. Right, everything's gone out except for the engine light. The instructions are very, very simple. Plug it in and watch the flashing lights. So, OBD connector. I've got the cover off at the moment because I've been using a oh, it's up there. It's a thing called X60, Auto X60. Very useful for watching temperatures and things. So, highly scientific way of plugging it in. And it is. And we just watch the lights. And it says, I had a bong with something else, so something happened. It says, for models with two lights, and I've definitely got two lights, if the dongle has two LEDs, a red and green LED will glow as soon as the coding has begun. During the coding process, the green LED flashes, flickers. As soon as the red LED goes out and only the green LED glows continuously, it's finished and it can be taken out again. This may take up to a minute. Well, that happened almost instantaneously. I mean, literally as soon as I plugged it in, that went green. So that was damn quick. Anyway, sorry about jerky vision. Now to go and see if it works. Well, I'm pleased to say it worked. You don't have to leave the dongle in the vehicle. Once it's coded, you take it out. It then locks itself to the VIN of the vehicle so that it can't be used on other vans. And I know that's something that people probably ask in the comments. Can I do it on other vehicles? And the answer is no. It's VIN locked. The whole point of it is that for any reason, if the coding's lost, if you go to a dealership and they reset the van, because obviously it's not a dealer coding, you can just plug the unit back in. But I'm very pleased because I couldn't find any reviews. No one had ever used one of these. There's nothing on YouTube. There just isn't anything. So I took a bit of a gamble. And it works. And as I said, I have this auto normally plugged into the socket simply because I like to keep an eye on the engine temperature. 86, 90 is what it should be at. Well, the thermostat opens at around about 88. And this engine runs beautifully cool. I've had this tool in the Sprinter as well because that started to get warm and it turned out to be the viscous fan which I had to replace. But this van, we've just done over 1,000 miles in it, runs perfectly. One thing to mention, my van is an auto, so I only had to buy the stalk on eBay, dirt cheap, and I also got the housing, but you can actually just cut the housing away. If it's a manual vehicle, you also need a pedal switch, and I can't remember whether it's brake or clutch or whatever it is, but there's a switch in the pedals as well. But for the automatic, it's just a stalk. I did the same upgrade on the Sprinter. I took that to Roanza at D-side, and that cost me £90 plus VAT to have it coded. It took them nearly 4 hours. They really struggled with connectivity to the Mercedes mothership to download the appropriate coding. But as you saw, this thing, I guess that took maybe 5 seconds, if that. The instructions say then turn the vehicle off, lock it and leave it for 10-15 minutes so it can do a reset. Not sure how much that was necessary, but we now have functioning cruise control, including the limit function, which I've also tested. So I'm a happy bunny.